So today our session is managing networking security. It means in a network we also apply the security, and in this we discuss about the SE Linux port label security. It means this is also about the SE Linux that I have told in the earlier session. So in this we discuss about the port labeling. Just like we can apply the SE Linux security for files, folder, and for the services, process, and it's same for the port. So what is port labeling? SE Linux does more than just file and process labeling. It's not just for the file only, not for the process only. It can also apply the network traffic also. That is also tightly enforced by the SE Linux security. It means SE Linux policy. So one of the method of SE Linux use the controlling network traffic, that is labeling by the SE Linux. So we can also apply the labeling for the network ports also. Like this is a port. So this port is used for SSH server. So what is the port label for this particular SSH? So this is the labeling that can be applied for the SSH functionality. So SSH underscore port underscore 2 underscore T. So this is the port label for this particular. If I want to apply this for the HTTP server, then what is the port label for the HTTP? So my HTTP request can be accessed by the SE Linux. So this is the label HTTP underscore port underscore T. So this is the port label for the HTTP server. So we can apply the SE Linux not only for the process, it can also be applied for the port, files, folder, and anything that run in the network. So when a process want to listen the port, SE Linux check to see whether the labeling is matched or not. If the port labeling is matched, then the process will allow in the network. Then that process or that particular domain is allowed to bind that particular port label. So binding can be allowed. It means there is a IP, there is a port, all are binded by the SE Linux. It means all are checked by the SE Linux. So this can stop RUG service then taking over port otherwise used by the other legitimate network service. So in this, what I have learned about the port labeling, how to apply SE Linux port labeling and how to enable the port labeling. Suppose if I am using a SSH server and I want to change this particular port in a LAN environment, then what I will do? Because this particular port 22 is by default allowed by the SE Linux. But in my case, I want to change this. I want to change this just 2020. Sorry, 2222. And I want to allow by using the SSH service because SE Linux by default disable this particular. Then what I will do? So we should change the port labeling for that particular specific port that you have changed. So this is the concept that will be discussed in this particular chapter. So see how to manage this one. Managing SE Linux port labeling. If you decide to run a service in a non-standard port that I have told you, then what is the behavior of the SE Linux? SE Linux almost certainly block that particular traffic. It not allowed any traffic by using non-standard port that is not allowed by the SE Linux. So we can use this one. So in this case, you must update that particular port in a SE Linux. So in some cases, the target policy has already labeled the port with a type that can be used. For example, Suppose if I want to use a web service, this port is by default allowed in a SE Linux. But if I want to this change, suppose if I want to change this one, then we should have to apply, we should have to enable this in SE Linux. So by default, some ports allowed, but some ports not allowed. So that is for the web application. Port is already labeled. It means that is by default allowed in SE Linux. For the web service, it means for the HTTP service in a default mode. So this is the default port that is by default allowed. 80 is allowed, 8080 is allowed. Some ports are allowed by default in SE Linux. So how to change, how to check, how to list the port label? What types of list we can check by using the SE Linux? So to get the information about the port label, we can use this particular command, that is se manage port -l, then the command. So it will display all the current port label. And if I want to change anything, then we can change this one. See here, this is HTTP _port_T. So what are the ports that is allowed by the TCP? So this is 80, 81, 443, 488, 8008, 8009, 8443, 9000. So these are the ports that by default allowed in SE Linux policy. So these are some protocols that are allowed. How to refine the search? Suppose I want to search only this particular port. So how I can check for the specific port? So I want to check the port number. So port labeling for the FTP service. So these are all about the FTP service. So FTP port number is 21 and one more port number that is also 20 also. So 20 and 21 that is allowed in FTP also. But some other ports also allowed in FTP service, that is 898, 990. So these are the ports. So some ports that are by default allowed. And how to manage these ports? It means if I want to change the port labeling, then what is the command? So this is the command that is used to assign, that is used to change the port labeling. So we can assign the new port labeling. We can also remove the port labeling. We can also modify. So this is the procedure to change the type, to change the port labeling. And this is the command, that is se manage. I want to change the ports, then select the port, then A, then port label, then this one. So this is the concept that we can use to change the port labeling. So this is for the Gropper service. The port number is 71. So this is the command. This is to add, T for type. This is the port label, P for port. For which particular port you want to allow this particular port number. This is my port number and this is the service. By using this particular TCP port, this particular port will be allowed, because in a transport layer only two protocols will work, that is TCP and UDP. So by which particular service you want to allow that one. And by using this particular command, we can get the information about the HTTP port labeling. And this is the command that you use to check you have applied which particular port in a port labeling. So this is the new one that I have allowed. So to view the local changes to the default policy, the administrators can use this particular C option. So this is the option. Then these are the documentation package. If I want to check the more information about the SE Linux, then we can use this, we can install this particular SE Linux policy document. So this will provide the more information about the SE Linux that I will show you, and that's all. So this is the command by which we can check how many pages available for the SE Linux. So this is, and we can also check the information about the particular specific one. So this only show the information about the HTTP service. So all are the about the HTTP service. These are the SE Linux manual pages. And how to remove this one, how to add this one, how to modify, how to binding, that I will show in a practical part. So see this one. So I will show this one by one. So from this. So see this. Give me just 1 minute. Then I will show this. Start kar lete hain. So see this one. So I will show the practical part. Theoretical portion will complete. So that I have also completed from this one. What is port labeling? So the practical for port labeling, that I will start. So this is the command to change the labeling of the port also. Last time, in the last session, I have discussed the how to change the file context. In this, we discuss how to change the labeling for the port. So this is a command se manage, and just type 2 times tab. So you can see not only the ports, we have different things that we can manage by using the se manage command. We can also manage the booleans also. We can also manage the file context, login, permissive, then audit, import, module, port, user, node, interface, export. So these are the things that can be changed by the se manage command. So se manage stands for security enhance. And we can manage this particular se policy for the context also, for the port also, booleans also. So we can change this. And I want to manage the ports, and I want to change the policy, SE Linux policy for the port. And I want to assign this. So first, how to check how many ports that are by default allowed by the SE Linux. And I want to check this. So just type -L option, and these all the ports that I can change. So check this one. So this is whois port that is allowed by TCP, that is 43, 4321. So different ports. You can see this is a SWAT port, this is Swift port. So different ports. This is the TFTP, that is 69. This is Telnet, that is 23. So these are by default binded. It means these are the labeling of the port, and this is the binding of this particular ports. This is 69 port that is bind up to the for the TFTP, and I want to check this only just for the telnet. Suppose only this one. See here. So I will type here a wrong command. See, only just for the telnet. So this is a telnet port. So what is the port number of the telnet? This one. And this is the port labeling for the telnet. It's not only for the Red Hat, it's for all the Linux version. It can be your Kali Linux, it can be your CentOS, Fedora, Ubuntu, any types of Linux. Some concepts are same for the Red Hat also. This concept same for the Kali Linux, only just any Linux version. These concepts will be same. So it's not for only the Red Hat version, it's for all, because I am just learning about the Linux, but this is developed by the Red Hat company, and it provides the enterprise edition of the Linux. That is mostly used in the company environment. In a company, on all the servers deployed by using the Red Hat version, CentOS version mostly. And Kali Linux is used to provide to search the vulnerabilities and for the security purpose. So that is specially designed for the security. It's specially designed to provide, to deploy the servers. So this is the difference. So different companies provide different types of solutions. So this provide the enterprise solution. It means all the servers we can deploy on Red Hat version. So this is the concept, but these concepts will same for any Linux. Then this is the command to check only telnet. If I want to check, suppose HTTP, then see here. This is the port for the HTTP. This is binded through TCP port, and these are the port. See, these are all the ports you can see here, and some other port also. This is for the caching. This is for the cache port. This is different ports. So we can check different ports by using this particular command. We want to check only just FTP information. So this is the port label, and these are the ports that are binded by default. Suppose if I want to change change this particular port number, and I want to add this different port number that will be allowed for the FTP. So we can also add this one. So how to add and how to remove these things that I will discuss. So this is about for the HTTP, this is about for the FTP. So we can check these all things. So this is for to listing the information. Suppose this is about the, if I want to change the port number, see here, I want to add the port number for the FTP, that is 2121. Then how I will change this? So see, I will show you one example. If curl curl local host. Okay. First I will check yum list, yum repo list all. I have, okay, I have the yum server in my system. So first install. So I will show this by using one real example for the HTTP service. So what is the default port for the HTTP? That is 80 and the 443, these two ports. So this is for the HTTPS, this is for the HTTP only. So I will show this one only for the HTTP service. If I use here HTTPS, and this is the port default, that is default allowed. See, if I use here HTTP service, so see the default port, this is the default port, that is by default allowed. But I want to change this particular port number, see here. So this message, there is no port allowed by default, because at this time we have no HTTP service in my system. So first install HTTP service in my system, that I will check this is the default port that is allowed or not. So see this first. So yum install httpd, not so http, then star, then yes. So this package will install in my machine, then start systm system ctl start httpd. So this service will be started. Now check the status of this one. See, this port is allowed. Then check this one. The port number is also allowed or not. Okay. Then do one more thing. See, this is the default port that is allowed by default in this machine. Then check. See, now check this particular command. So now you can see this. So this is my Apache service and this is loaded in my system, but by default this is disabled because just we start this one only. So this is active in my system, but this is default. By default this is disabled. If I reboot my machine, this service will stop. So this not start in a runtime, and I want to start this service in a runtime also. So enable this one also. So I will enable this particular service. Now my service is running properly in my machine. Which type of service? HTTP service is running in my machine. And by default, the port number is, listening port number is 80. So this port is by default allowed in SE Linux. But I want to change this one. First, I will show you this is allowed or not. Just use this particular curl. It's a by default, that is a web browser. This is the default web browser that is allowed. Then just type HTTP, just click localhost. I want to check in my local machine. This is allowed or not. At this time, see here, this is allowed. If you want to confirm by using the web browser, that is Firefox, see, localhost. So this is allowed. So this is my default page. So you can see here, this is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. This is the test page. If I put my own page, then see how to put my own page. So close this one. Go to the location of this particular cd/var www html. This is the default location where you can place your web page. Remove this one. What is index 1.html? 1.html, just nothing. 2.html, just nothing. So remove these whole -rvf. Then create a page, web page. So write any text here. This is my first web page and port number is 8080. So I want to add this particular port that I want to change. Then index.html. So this. So see, your index.html page will create, and I want to add this particular page in my Apache server. So go to the configuration file. So you open the configuration file /etc httpd conf. In this conf, httpd.conf, go to this one, then just move down this one. At this time, this is the default page. See, this is the default port number, but I want to change the. So I have placed my web page information. So this is HTML. This is by default allowed. Now see, I have changed nothing in this. Then restart the web service. So what is the command? systemctl restart httpd. So restart systemctl restart httpd. So this service will be restarted. Then open the web page again, local host. See, so this particular page will open that I have put here, this one. See, so this one same, and open the Firefox again. See, local host. I'm check this in my local machine, but I want to allow at this time which particular protocol will work, that is 80. But I want to allow this particular web page by using the 8088 4 times 8. This one. Then that is not allowed. See here. So this is not allowed in my machine. And I want to allow this one because this is not a default port. It's a non-standard port. So go to the configuration file first and change the port number. Then search the port, this one. Then press I and change this particular port that you want. Suppose you want to change this just 8080, just 88, not 80. So I want to allow this particular port in a web service. So how I will do this? See the message. If I restart the service again, see, it will show me an error message because this is in my network, the violation will occur. So that is not allowed. And I want to check this, what is the reason of this particular. So see this one. See this one. Okay. One more. See again. So that is the port. See this one. Now my port is 8080. And see this one. So that is permission denied. This socket will not allowed by the SE Linux. So this has stopped this particular Apache service. If I change anything that is non-standard, that is not by default allowed by the SE Linux, then we should have to change the all of some more things also. So this is failed. That is not started because the reason is that is permission denied because SE Linux prohibited this particular service. Then I want to check what is the other reason, and so we can use one more thing. So press Q here, and I want to check this. So we can also use one more command. So that is, see this one. That is where is the command? Okay. Type the status again. So this will give me Not just start this again, then this will show me the message. See, this is also the command, this one, journalctl. We can also check the logs. See, I want to check the logs. So this will provide the whole information. What is the reason? So see here, this will provide the support, go to this particular location and the service is failed. This is my machine name. Activating service, name of this one. So this is failed. What is the reason? This is the reason. SE Linux preventing this particular concept. Binding of this particular port is this one. So see the whole information like this manner. Press Q again. I want to check this. See. Not showing me the whole information. Yes. So this one, preventing HTTP binding access this particular port. So this port is not allowed by the SE Linux. So SE Linux prevent this particular binding. This is, so this provide the solution. Allow this access for now by executing this particular command. So you can use this one also. See, if I use this command, see, this will provide the information. If I place this one, so this will show me the information. So go to this to make the policy active, execute this one. Then I will place this one again. See. So this is also the command. So this will provide the whole solution and what we should follow and what we should be apply. But it not show me that particular message. Unable to get EDID. So this show me only just one information. Then do. So I want to change this and I want to allow my port number. My new port number is 8080. That I want to allow for the HTTP service in SE Linux. So how to allow this? So this is the concept that I will show you. So see here. So this is the command that I want to add by using this particular command. So how to apply this one? See. See. So SE manage, I want to change the port. So first list the information and then grab this one, HTTP. See. So this is the port label that should be allowed for which particular port? The port is 8080. That is not by default added in this particular SE Linux policy. So change this. I want to add this particular port, -T for type. This is the type that you should allow. And -P, so by which particular port? So use TCP port, and what is the port number? That is 8080. So this is the command. SE manage, I want to add the port. So use A, then T for type, then apply the port label, and then P, then TCP and UDP. Any port you can use, but I know the HTTP by default that uses TCP service for transferring the information. Then give the port number. So this is my port number. So use this one that is already defined for any other service. So first check this port number is assigned or not. So see this one. This port is already assigned for which particular service, that is Kerberos service. So first you should consider this port is free or not. If that port is available for the other service, so you cannot assign this one. So first check this, that is not assigned. So that port will be open. When I use 4 times 88, then see this one. This port is free. So by using this particular command, you can check this port is free or not. If I use here, suppose I want to apply this particular port. So first check, this port is allowed. Only just type W, then give the only just port information, just only this particular port information. At this time, this will show me the 8080, all the 80 information. But I want to search only just 80 port. Then Rahul, you ask me in previous command, what is the meaning of -W? W means I want to search this particular word, this particular string, this particular number. Then this will show the information about that particular thing. If I want to check only just 8080, see this one. So first check this port is free or not. At this time, see this port is busy for this particular labeling that is assigned for the Kerberos. So I will change this one. So I will apply 4 times 88. Then it's free. Then apply that one. So apply here 8080 8080. So this port. So I want to use this particular port for the HTTP service. Then see again. Now this port is busy. For which particular? HTTP service. And I want to open my web page by using this particular port. See this. So open a Firefox, then open localhost. So see here, by default, 80 service is not allowed for your web page. So this will show me the information. If I use here just 808, sorry, not 80, 8888. See, that is not allowed. Then what is the other reason? See, this is the reason. SC Linux allow this particular port, but that is not allowed by the firewall. Then minimize this one. So I will, okay, not have the minimize option. Okay, close this one. Then restart the service one time again. Then I will check, restart this particular service. Then open this again. Then type here localhost. It's not allowed. Again, then type the port number, that is :8888. See, that is not allowed. So what you will do? Just allow this in a firewall also. So apply this firewall -cmd. This is the command to apply this one in a firewall also. So it's only allowed by the CL. This is allowed by, check. I will show you this is allowed or not. See at this time, what is the message? It is preventing, SC Linux is preventing HTTP service because in my network there is a violation. The violation is that the HTTP service by default, that is binded by using the 80 port, but you have binded this by 8080 port. So this will show me one message. So I have to change one more thing also, that is etc http, then conf. One more thing I have also changed in this httpd. So change this one also, because I have changed the port, that is, then restart the service again. Now check the status. This is started. See, this is started status. Check the status now. See here, this is allowed by the SE Linux. See, my service is running in which particular port? My practical has been completed, but I want to show this is opened or not by using the client, by using my own also. So I will open another machine, Red Hat new VM. So I will close this one first and open a new machine. Then I will show this is okay. That is not installed properly. Okay, no issue. So this is my fresh machine. It means it's my client machine, and from the client I want to. So what is my IP address? So my IP is 1.44. So skip this all. Start this one. Okay. Then check. So this is my client machine. On this machine, I want to open that particular web page. So first opening, we should have assigned the IP address. At this time, there is no IP address. See here, no IP address, and there is no connectivity. With which particular machine? 192.168.1.44. That is unreachable. So NMCLI connection modify. Which connection? That is by default. Then IP version 4 dot addresses. Then apply this 192.168.1.99 slash 24. IP version 4 dot method manual. See, NMCLI connection up. Then up this particular connection. Then check the connectivity again for this particular machine. But at this time, this is not allowed. So go to the setting. At this time, that is bridge. So change the setting also in my own machine. It means client machine, that is bridge. Then check. Then now I am able to ping. This will show me the message again. See here, I am able to ping. At the earlier, it's unreachable. So now open the web page from the, this is my server machine. So this is my server. See here my Apache service is running, that is enabled also, that is running also, that is binded through this particular port also. So in my LAN, if any client access this particular web page, then what will happen? See, So type here 192.168.1.44. So see Firefox. So this will show me the message and type here the port number, that is 8888. So now I'm not able to open this particular page because this is restricted by the firewall. At this time, my service is running properly in my machine. See here, this is properly running in my machine. See the status, that is running. But I'm not able to open this particular page. It means this service that is not accessed by the client. See this one. Because that is protected by the firewall also. I have applied only one thing, that is SE Linux. So this particular completed. But now check, client not able to access this one because you have applied this only in a SE Linux but not applied this particular port in a firewall. By default, the firewall allow the port that is by default standard port, that is 80. That is not allowed in firewall. In firewall, no service will allowed by default. Only one service is allowed, that is SSH. Only the SSH service is by default allowed in firewall. No other service can work because firewall will restrict you. So see, that is my next topic, that is firewall. So see this one. Firewall. First, check this in my own machine also. See, I am able to open this particular page my own machine, but not from the client side, because for my own machine that is not mandatory to add that particular port in a firewall. So at this time, see, if I use here 80, then see the difference. This will show me the message, same message that appear in my client machine. If I open this particular page by using the which particular port? 80, that is not, because I have binding this particular service by using the 8888 port. If I apply here 8888, then I am able to open this particular web page. So this is the socket. This is my name of particular website and this is the port number that is allowed. So my practical has been completed. But suppose if any other client open this particular page, then that particular client not able to open that particular page because SE Linux is allowed this particular port and firewall also allow this particular port for your own machine only, for your local host machine, not for the others. If you want to allow this particular service for the others also, so you should have to apply this in firewall also, because firewall denied any service through the network. So I want to open this service through the network, that is not allowed it. So see, not allowed it. So we should have applied this service in firewall. So this is the command cmd -- list all. What are the services that by default allowed? So see, I have also allowed the HTTP service, but I have binded this particular service that is not by default allowed it, because I have do some practical in this machine for other batches. So this is allowed by default. Only this service is allowed by default, not these all services. So see, this service is allowed in my machine, but see here, there is no port allowed like 888888. So 8888 not allowed here. So you should have to allow this one. Then firewall will allow that particular service by using that particular port from the client side. So see how many things will occur in my machine. First, apply this, allow this by using the SE Linux. Second, allow this by using the firewall. Then for the other thing, suppose if you purchase something, then first check this in, go to the any location, then purchase, then if you want to replace that one, then call to another one person, not for that person. So if I want to replace, then call to other person. If I want to purchase, then call to other person. So the same thing is here. If I want to apply this service in SE Linux, so allow this SE Linux also. If I want to open this particular service through the network, then allow also in a firewall also. So this service is allowed, but my port is not allowed. Then what I will do? --add port. The port number is 8888. By using which particular service? By using TCP service, I want to allow this particular port, and --permanent. So add this particular, then see again. This is not allowed. Then reload this particular service again. Then this will be allowed. Reload this particular service. See here. Then again check. Now this will be added. My service is added. If I remove my service, see. If I remove my service, the service is HTTP. Then reload the service again, then list the service again. See. Okay. I have done one mistake, that is --permanent. By default, this remove from the temporary concept, not for permanent. We have two things, that is runtime and the permanent. So we should remove from the permanently. Then reload the thing, then again check this one. See, there is no HTTP service, but we only have allowed the port also. If you don't need to allow the service. Just add this particular port in your firewall, then firewall will allow that particular service. Then do one more thing. Restart this particular service, and you can also use reload also. Reload this one and check the status of this particular thing. Now this is active. See this one. So this is enabled, running, port is allowed. Then go to the client machine. So this is my client machine. Then check this again. Now I am able to open this particular service by using 8888 port. So see the message. See, Firefox can establish a connection to the server. The server is this one. So this is the IP of the particular web server, and this is the binding port of that particular service. The site could be temporarily unavailable. So this will show me the message, maybe the problem that is temporarily unavailable, and maybe the reason for the BG. So try this after few moments. If you are not able to this particular unable to open any pages, check computer network. So it will provide me the solution. So the reason for is that you have no connection, but I have, this is working properly site, and this also working. And what is the other reason? This is the third reason. This is my real, because that is not around in a firewall also. If there is a proxy server in my network, so maybe the reason of this is that it cannot be allowed through the proxy server also. So we can enable any particular service in a firewall, in a proxy also. So make sure that firewall is permitting to access the page. So you can see the whole concept, not only one concept. The concept is this also, the concept is this also, and the concept is this also. At this time, my concept only this one. So try again. Now you are able to open this particular web page. So this is the real example of my SE Linux port labeling. I hope you understand this well, because I do all the things one by one, not by using any lab setup. If I use lab setup, we don't need to configure all of these things. Just go to the SE, just type this command, only this one command, my practical will complete. Only just this command, but I have do lot of things. So now I hope you can understand this in a better way. So any doubt, Rahul and Gitu?
Sir, just want to tell you, just want to know that when we are changing the port number in the SE Linux,
Yes.
and simultaneously we have to change the port number in firewall also, then also it is not that, then also it will not work, because the firewall is protecting, because firewall is already had a 18 port number, that is the reason.
See, we have two things. The first one is, this is my home and this is my gate. First, and at this time I am out from my house. When I reach to my house, first, that is locked. So we have a key. Then open this particular gate, then we are able to enter in my house. Then I have also a gate also here. Then if I have a key of this particular gate, then I am able to enter this particular room. So in a network, there are a lot of things. The first, we have a service also. Same behavior for the service. We have a service, the service name is HTTP. So what is the default port of this particular port? That is the default. And this is the default port for this one. That is allowed by the SE Linux. That is allowed by SE Linux policy. This is my topic. So how to add a different port? If I use here 888888, then we should able add this particular port in this also. But this is a one concept. My practical has been completed if I add this particular port, but we have another one concept. Here we have a firewall also. This is a different security. This is a different security. This is security 1. This is security check 2. We can also have the other security also. If I open this, so we can also provide the hardware firewall here also. If this particular service is allowed in hardware firewall, so we add this particular service in this also, and this also, then again this also. So I have allowed this in only in SE Linux, but we have another security that is called software firewall. In software firewall, no service will allowed through the network, not for locally. Suppose I want to check this particular service in my local network, so there is no need to add this particular service in firewall. So there is no need to add any service in firewall if I open this in locally. Suppose I am working in this particular room. This is my room. So there is no need to take the permission of this particular person. This is me, and this is another person. So in my room, there is no permission allowed by using this one. If I am going to this particular room, so just click on the bell, then bell is ringing, then this will come. Who are you? And for which particular person you want to meet? You ask for this person. If you give the answer proper way, then this will allowed. If not provide the answer in a proper way, this told you. So you are in a wrong home. So same way, if I allowed this particular port in SE Linux, then this will allow. If I am opening by using firewall also, so in a network, that is not, because this is my HTTP service that is opened by the client. So if this service is not allowed in a network, so what is my topic? My topic is network security. What I am doing at this time, my chapter is network security. So I want to allow that particular HTTP service in a network, but this is for the locally, not for the network. So this is, if you use this particular service in local machine, so there is no need to add this port, but you should allow this one in SE Linux. If I want to open this through the network, then client can open this particular service. So you should have also to add this particular service in which location, in which, by which particular firewall. So that is a software firewall that is provided by your OS. Okay, Rahul?
Yes, sir, it's clear now. Sir, your screen got dark.
Yes, we have a problem, that is sometime it will happen.
Sir, it is fine.
Now it's visible, Rahul?
Sir, it's visible, but
Okay.
but the machine system, the background which was there, it was hidden. Now it's came up. Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
So this particular topic has been completed. These all things I have completed, but see this one. So this will complete from this one. If I want to know more about the SE Linux, if I want to know about the SE Linux by using the manual page, so see, I want to check the manual page of, so type here man, see this one, man -k for keyboard underscore SELINUX Linux. So it only shows just about the PAM SE Linux. So at this time we have only one information related to the SE Linux. What I want to know the more information about the SE Linux. See, this is all about. I want to know about the HTTP also. So what are the permission related to the HTTP and other services? So see here. So I want to know more things about the SE Linux. So you should have to install this particular package. So if you know about the manual page of SE Linux policy, because we have lot of policies about the SE Linux. So first install this particular page, install SE Linux hyphen policy hyphen doc. So all the documentation will be provided. So first install this particular package. So this is a package of SE Linux policy. All the information related to the policy, that can be about the FTP, HTTP, SSH, anything, you can get the help. So yes, then this will be installed. Now check. You have lot of information, and from this you want to get anything. See here, grep HTTP. See, and I want to check this one. Then go to the main and type this HTTPD. See, so this is security enhanced Linux policy. For which particular process? That is HTTP, that I have already told you. So what is SE Linux? Security enhanced Linux secure the HTTP service by flexible mandatory access control. And this is -Z, by which we can check what are the SE Linux context behind this. So you can use this particular. So see, if I use this, see, if I use this, see here. So this is your HTTP service. This is the SE Linux port labeling. For which particular process? These. I have run in my system lot of processes. So see, systemctl sta tus status httpd. See, 1 2 3 4 5 processes that run in my background. So that are same. See, this is 6244, this is 6244, this is 6990, 6991. So these processes run in my foreground. It means there are two types of service that run in a background also, in a foreground also. So these are the HTTP service. And what is the SLS context of these one? So this is the SLS context. So you can check by using this particular command. And if you want to check the execution information, see, these are the context: helper, HTTPD. Oh, I have changed which one? I have changed. That is also this. This is for the permissive only. This is for the Boolean also. So these whole commands, you can see all the commands. These are the commands. By using the Booleans, we can also change. That I told you. See, these all the commands about the SE Linux. See this one. I have recently told about which one? That is port type. So see this one. SE Linux defined port type. So you don't need to cram all of these things. Not memorize all of these things. Just install that particular package. You will get all the information. So I can allow TCP port also. I can allow UDP port also. So this is the command to list all of these things. So these are the ports that by default is allowed. So this is my thing. I have allowed. So these are the default port that is allowed by default. So that is 8081443488. If you want to change this one, then what you will do? It will show the information also about that concept. So this is for HTTP. These are the locations. This is the script. See, this will tell me about all of these things. So this is about the HTTP underscore sys underscore read write content underscore t. These are the services. Read write. In these locations, I have which type of permission? Read write permission. In which particular location? These locations. These locations have these type of permissions by using the SE Linux. So SE Linux will allow these. See this one. for the OpenShift also. So lot of things you can see by installing this particular manual page. So you don't need to go the internet. You get all the information in local machine. So this is about the SE Linux. Lot of information. Shift G. How many pages it have at this time? I want to check. How many pages? These are 1106 pages. 1106 pages. So these all about the SE Linux. Then, so this is, you can check the information. We can get specific information. So these are, if you want to remove this one, you can use D command to remove the port. If you want to remove that particular port, like, see here, if I remove this particular port from see, if I want to remove this particular port, then what I will do, just type here D to remove that one, -T for the type is this one. I want to remove this one. So see, this is D for delete, T for type, and what is the port number? So use this particular port number -P TCP port, and what is the port? So this is my port, and see what happened.
Sir, -T.
T for type, yes, T for type. So this port will be removed, and see here, at this time I am able to open this particular port from this one. So see, then restart the service again. Then what will happen? Restart this service again. See, there is an error because in your local machine there is a violation. The violation is regarding this particular port. So this will give me the information there is a violation in your network. You have changed this particular ports. So the permission is denied. But I want to open this particular port by using my standard port. So go to the location, etc, httpd conf, then http.conf. I will change this particular port. That is allowed port, that is 80. हाँ तो जाएंगे आपके. So see this one. Then restart the service again. There is no error. See this one again. Because I do nothing, just use the standard port. Then this will be allowed. See here, this is enabled, this is running, and which particular port is allowed? That is 80. That this is the standard port. It's not a non-standard ports. If I want to use the non-standard port, the violation will occur in your system, and that is the restricted by the SE Linux. So if you remove this one, then the thing will not work. Then use this one, that is not also work. This will show me an error. If I use here just 80, but there is no need to type here 80. This is by default binding. So there is no need to write from the client side. Just type the IP address, then you are able to do this. So, okay, if I type 81, because, so see here, there is an error. I am not able to open my web page. Then what is the reason? Now, there is a reason. Reason is that if I allow this service in firewall. See this one again. There is a different condition now available. See here, list all. See, there is no service allowed in my machine. If I allow this service in my machine, port is allowed by using the SELinux. See, this is allowed, but this is not allowed by the firewall. If I allow this service in my firewall, then any particular client through the network access this particular service. Now all is standard, but not allowed. Then again, what you will do? Then add this particular service, add service HTTP. Then -- permanent. Then see, reload this particular service. See, then again list this particular service, list all. This is the real example. At this time, there is no need to, if I add the port number, that is 80, I can also add the port, I can also add the service also. If this service is added in the firewall, then firewall will allow that particular service that can be accessed through the network. If you want to open this particular service just only in your local machine, so there is no need to enter in this service in a firewall. Now restart the service again. Open the service again through the client side. See here, what is the reason? These are not the reason. The reason is this one. Then try again. Now you are able to open that particular page. So I think I have completed all of these things by using the examples. So what is the reason of this? If you remove that one, that is not allowed. If you use the standard also, then firewall also needed for that one. So these are the modification port. If you want to change the labeling is that this time this one, and you want to change this one. So you can also change, do the modification. So you can use M command. If you want to check these things, see here, this command also, sc manage port -l, and you want to check the service. The service is, then use grep HTTP. So these will show. And if you want to check this one, L and -c, what you have changed currently, there is no. If I change here, see this one. If I add any service 89, this one port, if I add this particular port, then see this one. Then I will check this. So this is my current configuration that I have changed. So this is the command. If I add any particular port in a SELinux currently, so this will show the information about the current configuration. So this is the current configuration. If I use this command in earlier, there is no message. Then see, this is the port that is recently added by you. So this is the port number. So these are the commands. You can use this one. So this is the last command. I hope all the things will be clear. Any doubt till now? Then you can ask. Then I will told the next session
-c
about. Yes.
Sir, -c.
C for, see here. If I type this particular command, so there is any result? No. If I add any port in SELinux, then check. If I add a port, that is A for add, T for type, this particular port number is 89. If I add any particular port in SE Linux and you want to check what are the recently port that were added by you recently, then what is the command? This one. So this is a command that you can check. This is my recently port that you have added in this machine. So see, before view modification using the SENS command, if you want to check that one, what are the ports that recently were added by you, you can use this one. So you don't need to use this particular command again and again. This one command. You can use only this one. So you can check what are the recently things that will be completed by you. So you can use this one. Now my next topic is, that is firewall, that are also provided you. What this is the firewall. So I will complete first the theoretical portion, but I have also completed the practical portion in this particular. If I add the service port in the firewall, then the firewall will allow that particular service through the network. So in a network, so what is my topic? My topic is managing network security. In a security, you should also allow a service port in a firewall also and in a SE Linux also. Then SE Linux and firewall will allow any service in a network. So this is the chapter. And I will told you about the firewall, what is the architecture of the firewall and what is the work of this particular firewall and what are the commands that you can use in the firewalls. The commands that I told you, so this is the command. By using this particular, you can check what are the services that is by default allowed. So these are the service that is only SSH service that is by default allowed. And there is no port by default allowed, there is no protocol by default allowed, and there is no source by default allowed. So these are not allowed by default. There's no forward port, source port, ICMP, rich rules. So we have a lot of things. But only SSH service, DHCP version client service, cockpit service, these are the services that is by default allowed in firewall. So first I will tell about the practical portion. Then I will discuss the theory later in the next class. In this class, I will tell about the practical portion, only just practical portion. So this is the command that you can view how many zones. So these are the zones that is allowed it. And so these commands will show all of the zones. Zones means this one. See, this is my forward port command. This is my other commands. So one by one, I will show all of these commands first. Just give me 1 minute, then I will start this one. Okay. From this, these are all the examples that I will show first. Then I will tell about these theoretical portions. We have a lot of theory about this that we'll discuss later. First practical part, then the theoretical portion. Just give me 1 minute there. See. So Rahul, tell me what is firewall? Have you knowledge about the firewall?
So firewall is this, that firewall is actually protect from the outside source, which are from the vulnerabilities, so that it can protect the system or it can protect the software of the computer device.
Gitu, tell me about the firewall.
Sir, firewall is a type of security layer. It's kind of a wall, as the name says, wherein it protects the system from any malicious activity that is that might hamper the system.
Okay. So we can say that firewall is a software or not? It's a software or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a software.
So firewall are of two types. The first one is software firewall. The second one is hardware firewall. But in this, our syllabus, we only discuss about the software firewall. So hardware firewall is a device. We can also use this as a device. So firewall can be a device also, firewall can be a program also. So in my machine, we have a OS, operating system. In my operating system, we have also a firewall. So that is software firewall. So firewall is a service which allow. So what is the use of the firewall? Firewall means I want to allow someone and I want to deny someone. So we can allow and we can also deny any packet. So what I have sent in my network, we send the packets. So that packets can be a incoming and these packets can be a outgoing. So what is the use of firewall? Firewall will allow any packet that can be an incoming packet, that can be an outgoing packet, that is depend on my firewall rule. I have allowed it only the incoming packet, I have allowed it the outgoing packet, so that I have allowed or denied. So these are depends on our rule. Then these things will be allowed it by my firewall and we can open that particular service, that particular port. So what we can add, suppose I want to add my subnet only, this particular subnet, and this is my service. So this service is allowed for only this particular subnets. Then I have added a rule in my firewall. So firewall will check all the incoming and outgoing traffic that will happen in my system, in my machine. So we can bind our interface also. So any traffic outgoing, it can be an incoming traffic going through the my NIC, that is called interface, that is called network card, that will be allowed through the firewall. And there is a zone that is by default active, that is public zone. So in my region, in my location, what will be allowed and what will not allowed. So we understand in this firewall only just for the services and for protocols. These two things I will discuss in this particular whole chapter. I am not discussing about what is masquerading, forwarding. These are the different one. That is not part of my syllabus, our syllabus. So only services and ports. So I will give the real example of these two services that I will add in the firewall. So what is firewall? See, it's enough. See this one. This one. So what is firewall? Firewall is a network security, or we can say that it's a device that, what is the work of this one? Monitor. What types of monitoring? It can be an incoming packet, for the incoming packets and for the outgoing packets. The packet will known as the network traffic. It means when we send the data, data is in the form of packets. That packets will known as the network traffic. that can be allowed and that can be blocked. It means you can permit this also and you can block this also. So you can permit and block what things? These are the packets. The packet can be incoming and the packet can be outgoing. So these will be allowed by the firewall. So what are the firewall? What will apply in the firewall? So these are the predefined set of rules. If I have applied these rules, then my particular device, my particular software, my particular program that behave like that is applied in my system. So these are through these rules. It means set of rules. If I have applied these set of rules in my own machine, that my own machine behave like that particular rule. Suppose, see, this is your home and all the members in this home wake up at 7. So there is a rule. After the 7, if you wake up, then you will not get the tea. Tea is prepared on at this particular time. So you should get at this particular time. So this is the rule. If you get up 7:13, 7:15, you will not get this particular thing. So this is a rule. You will get this thing at this particular specific time. If you not wake up at this time, then you are not able to take tea. So this is the penalty. If you wake up on time, then you will get this particular tea. If you are not getting the proper time, this is the penalty for you. So this is a rule. Same behavior that work by my OS. In OS, we have a program. The program name is firewall. So I have applied any rule through the firewall, then that type of particular behavior will provided by this particular firewall. So see the next one. Its purpose to establish a barrier between your internal network and incoming traffic, external source only. It means it can be internet also. So what is about the external? So it's all about the internet. In order to block malicious traffic, it means if we have any malicious software that is entered in my machine, it like a virus also, it like a worms also, any code that is provided by any hacker in my machine. So my firewall will check that type of activity. If there is any virus, worms, trojan, malicious activity in my network, then this will allow and it can block. If my firewall is not, I have not applied any rule in my firewall, so maybe it can be allowed. If I applied a rule in my firewall, not apply this type of activity, so this can block that particular malicious traffic. So this is depend on your rule. What types of rule you want to apply in your firewall. So in this topic, we will discuss how to apply the service, how to apply the ports in my network. Then that particular service, that particular port will allow through the network. So, so this will clear. And what are the other thing? There are two types of firewall. So how the firewall will work, this whole thing, you can see here. Firewall carefully analyze incoming traffic based on the pre-established rule and filter traffic coming from unsecured or suspicious source to prevent attacks. So firewall just work as a guard. It means this will work as a guard. I have told the guard not allow Rahul when he come late. So he will prevent you. If Rahul come late, not allowed them. So just work as a guard. Traffic at my computer, on my computer, just for work as an entry point. If there is a person that come in my network, in my system, then called ports. So the entry point work as a port. So we can add that particular port, then that particular service will allowed, which is where information is exchanged with external device. So suppose this is my source. Source means this is the IP address that I want to allow for which particular port. It means for the SSH service. So I want to allow this particular port for SSH service. This is my source. If any traffic come through this particular source, then allow that particular to reach that particular destination. It means this person will come, that is 1.1. The destination is 2.1. If any traffic come through this particular network, then that particular traffic will allowed. If there any other traffic that is regarding, suppose 3.0 network, that is not allowed by this particular SSH server. So suppose we have a service, this is my server. All the clients have, these are all my clients belonging to that particular subnet. Then these will be allowed. It means these can access this particular service. So we can also add the network also. Think the IP address as house and port number as a room. See here, this is the real example. If I want to, this is my house and I want to enter, we have no key, then we are not able to open this particular lock. If we have the key, then we are entered to this one and we have key this one. Then if I have the key, then we are able to open that particular gate. See here, only the trusted people, it means source address that is allowed to enter a house, in my house. It means this is my destination. This is me. I go this one. If any unauthorized person goes to this one, this is lock. If this has the trusted person, it means this has the key. Then this will open this one. Same the behavior, like further filter so that people within the house are only allowed to access certain rooms. Certain rooms means if have the key, it means this room is locked. If I have the key, then we are able to open this one. It means just like the destination port. Same behavior depending on if they are the owner, child or guest. If any other person come in my gate and he told me, I want to meet this particular person, that is not the member in my home. So I will told that person is not available in this particular room, that I disallowed that person. So see here, the owner is allowed any room, any port. See, the child or guest are allowed in a certain set of rooms. Then he and she can access that particular room. It means that particular port. So this is such a proper way. This is the meaning. What is the work, that work in the background? What is the behavior of the firewall? So this is the thing, how does a firewall will work? So firewall will check all the things. It means source address, it means destination address. We have two things, the source and destination. And in source, it can be an IP, and in a source, it can be a port also. In source, it can be a service also. So how the firewall will work? It can work on the IP basis, it can work on the port basis, it can work on the service basis. These are the three things. Same for destination. IP can also be allowed, port can also be allowed, and service can also be allowed. If I provide, this is my source and this is my destination. If any particular data come from this particular source, then allowed. It means Rahul is come, then allow this one. If Gitu not come, Gitu come, not allow this one person. So this is the source. This is Gitu, this is Rahul. If this person will come, then allow this one. If this person come, not allow this one. So I have applied a source. See, I can also apply the rule on the basis of source and destination. If Rahul want to, this is my source, want to go in kitchen, then allow this one. If Rahul want to go in my restroom, then not allow this one. So I have applied a behavior on the basis of source. This person, if want to go in kitchen, then allow this one. Allow. If this person, that is Rahul, want to go in my restroom, then not allow this one. So I have applied a rule. This is another person. This want to access in my other room, that is guest room, then allow this one. If this person want to access my which room? Any room, that is C1, that is C2, then access, provide the access. If this person want to access this particular room, because in company there are different things. This is a server room, so no one can allow in server room. This is a room where this person will work, then allow. If this person want to go in the server room, that not allow. So we can apply the conditions. So these conditions are known as the rules. These are the predefined rules. So if you apply any rules in the firewall, then that particular rule will work. So these are different types firewall. The firewall can be a SEER, software firewall. Yes, these are the predefined. It can be a software firewall. What is software firewall? It is a program that is installed in each computer, regulated traffic through the port number and application also. While physical firewall, it's a piece of equipment. It means it's a device. In this piece of codes that is predefined, then you can work this particular firewall as a network gateway, as a gateway address. So you can filter any traffic. So you can use proxy firewall, you can use net firewall, stateful multi-layer inspection firewall, to different types of firewall that can provide the service. But the default working, that is in a background, all the firewall will save. So this is the concept, theoretical portion about the firewall. Then I will show some example, but not on this particular session. I will tell you about the practical portion in the next session. Okay. So now today's session will complete. So in this session, we will discuss about the port labeling and hold the practical portion. And I have told also about the firewall, some theoretical portions, and some more topics also will be discussed in firewall, practical portion also, theoretical portion also, but in the next session. Okay. So now I will stop the recording.